Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Red Pill Diaries. I'm your host, Rashid, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining me on this edition of the most powerful platform for truth on God's green earth. This is your platform for education, elevation, and edification. This is the Red Pill Diaries. As we wait for Dr. Paul Craig Roberts to join us on the platform, um, it's just so much news just dropping, right? So much stuff is going on today. I've just contacted Dr. Paul Craig Roberts again, so we'll wait for him, okay? But we're gonna get some news. I want to give a shout out to Voltaire E is in the building, right? You put one question. Dr. Paul Craig Roberts is in the building. I'll bring him up on the screen now. Thank you, Mr. Roberts, for joining me again.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Rashid. Glad to be with you.
Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, last time you and I talked, you told me, you said, you'll give me your judgment on President Trump after the first 3 or 4 months. We're in half a year. What is your assessment on him, his administration, and the policies that they're pushing?
Well, I've just been thinking about that, Rashid. I kind of come to the conclusion that new boss, same as old boss, and that he was continuing the 21st century American process of being at war in the Middle East with his attack on Iran. But I got to thinking about this, particularly after seeing, after an email I had from Gilbert Doctorow. There's a different view that we can take on the political theater going on in the Middle East. It's possible that what Trump has done is to defang Netanyahu, because the justification for the Israeli attack on Iran and the Israeli determination to draw us into their war is Iranian nukes, which, as you probably know, the American intelligence agencies say they can find no evidence. Well, this attack on the Iranian underground nuclear facilities that Trump says he has successfully pulled off and destroyed, that removes Netanyahu's justification for war. Trump says, okay, it's all over. They don't have these facilities anymore. And therefore, Trump declared a ceasefire and a peace between Iran and Israel. And apparently, both sides accepted it. So, what amounts to political theater seems that it's working to stop that conflict and to prevent Netanyahu from using the great influence that Israel has over the United States from drawing Trump into the war. Now, we can't know if Dr. Rowe's assessment is correct, but the passage of time will tell us. But it does seem that he has a good case, because we do know that the attack, both by Washington on the Iranian underground facilities, was political theater. The attack didn't do anything to those facilities. And we know that the Iranian retaliatory attack on the American base in Qatar was also political theater. The Iranians warned us in advance, and we moved everything out, and there was nothing there to be hit. So it's entirely possible that Trump has used a cleverly managed piece of political theater to defame the ability of Netanyahu to bring about an Israeli-American war with Iran. So let's hope that this interpretation that comes essentially from Gilbert Doctorow, who's a thoughtful person who watches these things. I can't really think of a more powerful force in the United States than the Israel lobby.
Well, Dr. Roberts, this is like a catch-22. We look at the Israel lobby, and they use American power to push their policies and dominate. But to do that is expensive, not just militarily and politically, but it's expensive financially. And with the United States debt burden astronomical right now, to continue to push these policies will bankrupt and collapse. Well, it's already bankrupt, but it'll collapse the American empire. Do they sit down and do they think about that? Because if without the United States injecting money into Israel, Israel collapses because that's what's been holding up their economy.
Well, I think they don't think about it, and I'm not sure that's even right, Rashid, because you see, as long as the United States is the world reserve currency, the dollar, which means countries settle their trade balances with one another in our currency, and as long as the dollar is the world reserve currency, it means that have larger reserves. They're happy. They're not going to dump them unless we continue to weaponize the dollar and make it dangerous for countries to hold dollar reserves. We stole the Russian central bank reserves. We stole Venezuela's. I can't remember to see a nuclear war. So he should be praised for that. This is a humane person, reasonable, rational, non-provocative. We should be making friends with him. We should welcome this. Instead, we demonize him. Well, he doesn't get credit. But on the other hand, the fact that he is so reasonable and unprovocative invites provocations because he doesn't do anything. Working together to diffuse things, and so neither side picks. So these are the questions.
Journalist Kiji.
It makes it difficult to see how the earth is to survive.
Well, thank you, Mr. Roberts, for coming on the platform again. I hope to have you back on soon. I know you're busy. Hey, be safe and be blessed, and I'll talk to you later.
I look forward to it, Rashid. All right. Goodbye for now.
All right. Bye-bye. Everybody, listen, thank you for joining me. We got a lineup this week. Later on, right now, we're supposed to have Carl Zong, but we're going to, I think that's fungible. We might have to reschedule because of his schedule, but we also, tomorrow we'll have journalist Kiji Noy on. We'll have, the day after that, we'll have journalist Tariq Amar on. Friday, we'll have Mike Mihalovich on. We're going to have a blockbuster week for you guys. I'm working hard to try to get you guys the guests that you deserve for your support of the platform and the channel. I really, 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 really appreciate everything. So as we go off, I always say, do right by others, not because there's some material gain or because there's some accolades behind it, but do right by others because it's the right, humane, and the godly thing to do. Because even when no one else is watching you, remember, God Almighty is watching you. He sits high, but he looks low. Know that I love each and every one of you who loves the truth, but know that the love that I have for you will always pale in comparison to the love that God has for you. Until we next speak again, stay strong, stay true, but remember above all things to stay righteous. Hey, mama, your baby boy loves you more than life. Deuces, everybody. Thank you all. We're out of here. Peace.
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost.